What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jay Renee with Prison Riot Radio and Hip Hop Humanism. I hope that you're doing well. I told you that I was gonna come on back, right? I hope that you were able to listen to my first build. If not, I will be sure to um connect the link so that you can. And as I promised you, here's another build. I don't know if this will be the last one. It probably won't. I think building, you continue to build and build and build and build. Building never really stops, right? So this is just going to be the second build. And the things that I'm going to be talking about are things that pertain to those of us that are in the current fight. Okay. Um, some call it the fight, some call it the struggle, some call it the mission. There's a lot of different names for it, but it's all the same thing that we're doing. And it is, we are all in the pursuit of justice for all. We are all in the pursuit of obtaining things for our people, for those that we advocate, for those that we activate for. All of those things, okay, we're all a part of this big machine. And it's important that we're taking care of the machine and that we're taking care of ourselves, those of us that are a part of the machine, right? I made this comment the other day when I was on a panel, and the comment is we're only as strong as our weakest link. So you can have the strongest chain that you can think of. It can be made of titanium or whatever the strongest material there is on earth, and say one of them is made out of a cotton ball. Okay, when you pull that chain, it's going to break at its weakest link, which would be that cotton ball, but it's still a part of that chain. We're as strong as our weakest link. So it's important that we are communicating with each other. It is important that we are constantly learning how to become better people, better advocates, better activists, better seekers of the truth, better upholders of justice, right? And it's something that never really stops. It's a continual thing. Every single day, you might find yourself challenged or figure out something new that you need to do or learn something new. It never stops. We don't ever want to get to a point that we feel like we know it all and have it all figured out, because then we're no longer able to grow. We're no longer able to learn. And then that goes against us, right? We always want to make sure that we're able to grow and able to learn. So make sure you're keeping an open mind and you're thinking about the things that you're trying to achieve and really doing the work that comes with making sure that you're doing these things, okay? So, in this particular build, it's not going to be as long as the last one. I want to talk about information, okay? I want to talk about the difference between gossip and communicating important information when it's needed and necessary, okay? There's a big difference between gossiping and putting out information that is important, that is going to keep our fight strong, that is going to keep our ranks together, that is going to promote camaraderie, that is going to weed out and cut out anything that can go against what we're trying to do, go against the greater good, that can bring destruction and disruption to the things that we're trying to do and achieve, okay? Now, gossiping, we most of us know what gossip is, right? But there can be a very blurred line between what gossip is and what the passing on of important information is. So I want to give you an example, okay? Say that there's somebody that we know is a thief, and we have watched this person find themselves in different organizations or collectives as the treasurer or someone that is involved in collecting money, and it's always an issue. Now, if we decided that we were going to gossip, if we were gossiping, a way to approach that, be like, oh, so and so was stealing again. Oh man, did you hear so and so was stealing? Man, so and so done went over here. You know that they steal. That's gossiping, right? You're spreading it any and everywhere. You're talking about it in a way that brings no solutions, and you're just pretty much bad mouthing someone and passing on this information to start a rumor mill. When you are passing on information that is important to keep the integrity of our work, the same way that you would approach this situation is like this. You would say, hey, You say you'll go to that organization that you see that the person is trying to become a part of. You would say, hey, I see that you're trying to make so and so your treasurer. I think that you should know that this person has a track record of not being honest when it comes to money. These are the different sources that you can tap into that will be able to tell you their personal stories about this person. And these are the things that I know for myself. Do you understand the difference? You are telling this information, one, because you want to protect someone that might become a victim. And how you are presenting this information is not in a messy way, it's not in a way to cause drama or stir up anything. It's a matter of factly, it's giving information. This is what's going on. This is something that you need to know. This is what I know personally. And here are some others that you can refer to that will be able to let you know their experiences in this very thing. Do you see the difference? Let's give another example. When it comes to spreading information that is important, you have to also be mindful of your audience. Everything isn't for everybody to know because everybody doesn't know how to deal with the information that they might receive. You might tell someone who sells someone giving information, right, that is for the greater good and to try to protect, and this person is a gossiper. So they run with it and gossip about it, right? You have to be mindful of what you're saying to people and who you're saying it to. And this wraps right back into my first build of making sure that you're vetting people. You have to know what you're dealing with. You have to know people's personalities so you can protect them from themselves, so you can protect yourself from them, and that you can protect the work that we're doing from them also. Okay? There are some people that are just busybodies, but they do a lot of great things right. They'll call those numbers that need to be called. They'll send those emails out. Okay. They'll make your spreadsheets. They'll come to every protest. They'll come to the city council meetings and things like that. And that's amazing. But you also know that they're gossip. So you, as a leader, need to be mindful of the things that you are saying to them. And anytime that you're putting out information, that is important, like such I was made the example of the treasury thing. You want to make sure that you're putting that out collectively in a large group of everybody that's in your organization or that's in your collective or that is in your ranks or in your circle. Okay. That way there's others there that know what was going on. So if this person does decide to run off and say something, there's other people that can say, no, that's not what happened. This is exactly what happened. This is one of the reasons why I believe that some things should definitely be made public because when you start whispering and doing this rumor mill thing, it definitely takes away from the fight, man. It pollutes the water. It makes situation and people seem untrustable. And when people don't trust each other, you can't fight together. You can't work together effectively. You can't trust the person to your right and your left. So this is why it is of the utmost importance to make sure that you are not gossiping, that you are not adding to the rumor mill, and that you are being mindful of how you are spreading information to those around you. It is very important. And the words that you say, the words that you select, the way that you present, all of these things matter because they give right back into the fight. We have a whole bunch of gossips in our ranks, our fight will go nowhere because everybody's too busy gossiping. If we have a bunch of rumor mills that nobody can trust each other and it's all this dissension and this person don't like that person and who said this, that, and the other, you are distracted from what is important. What is important is the justice that we are seeking. What is important is the reparations that we are seeking. What is important is the things that we say that we are standing up for that are wrong that need to be made right. Not what Jerry Joe Jammy said about Mary Bo Billy. You understand what I'm saying? We, as the leaders, those of us that call ourselves leaders, we have to make sure that we are leading by example, choosing our words wisely, being mindful of the things that we say, thinking and pausing. Do I need to say that at all? Do I need to address this? How does it need to be addressed? When we call ourselves leaders, we don't have the privilege of just doing whatever and throwing abandonment into the wind and saying, I don't care, whatever, however it go, however they took it. That's not how leaders do things. That's not how you do it. Because if that is something that you as a leader are showing others, guess what? You're gonna have a whole bunch of people that are doing the same thing. And then it just keeps on going. And nobody's doing the work. Nobody's completing the mission. Nobody's focusing on what's important because everybody's worried about the rumor mill. Everybody's worried about this gossip. Everybody's trying to clear their name from some bullshit that somebody done said. Don't be the perpetrator of the bull crap. Don't be the one that sees a problem that you could resolve with your consciousness of mind and not resolve it because it's entertaining to you. Drama should not be entertaining to you. And if it is entertaining to you, leave that for the things on TV. When it comes to what we're doing in this fight for our people, for the things that we believe in, there is no place for the drama, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. I keep trying to explain to y'all, and I hope that you understand and hear the words that I am saying. This is serious business, man. This is not a toy. This is not a play. This is not a game. This is not a soap opera. This is not soccer, man. We are really at war. We are at war with the things that want to continue to abuse us, to oppress us, to take from us, to not give us our rightfully so. We got to focus. We got to focus. Learn what the difference between gossiping is and spreading important information that will keep the ranks of our fight, of our collectives, of our struggles that we're fighting through pure, man. It's polluted enough with the bullshit. We can't add our own crap to it. And there are times that you have to fight against yourself if it's in you. One of the things that I always say is check yourself before you wreck yourself. You got that question, am I the problem? You might be the problem. And if you are the problem, you need to fix that, man. You need to fix that. Because until you fix that and then you trying to mingle and mangle like, with us, with those that are trying to do what's right for the greater good and the pursuit of justice, it's going to be a problem, man. You got to do something about that. If you got to go to therapy, if you got to say it out loud, if whatever it is, you got to pull it together, man. And that taps back into the fight comes before your feelings. There has been times that it could be somebody I don't like for personal reasons. They know what they did, but they doing the work. They doing what they're supposed to do. They haven't done nothing wrong to nobody else. And all the things that they said that they was gonna do for our people, they did. And you know what I do? I share their stuff. I don't say I don't like her. I'm not gonna share her stuff. I don't have the privilege to be like that. And not doing this. Nah. You gotta check yourself, man. And it could be hard. It could take practice. Practice it. And if you can't figure it out, baby, move out the way. We don't need you here causing problems within the problems that we're trying to solve. Everything is not for everybody. If you can't be a leader effectively and check yourself before you wreck yourself, know the difference between gossiping and the passing on important information. If you can't pause and do conflict resolution, if you like drama stirred up, if you love to see people argue and all of that bull, move out the way, man. Do something else. Just share stuff on the internet that support the fight. Get out the way, okay? Move out the way. Now, it's not hard. It takes practice. It takes time. It takes intentions, but I believe that you can do it. I believe that you can do it. Anything that we really, really want to do, we can get it done. We just have to push ourselves. We just have to be mindful of it. We just have to really say, this is what I'm going to do. And then guess what? We do it because this is important. This is important work, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you all. I appreciate everybody that wakes up every single day and puts this first because it's hard and it's a thankless job at times. But I promise you it matters. All the legislation you pass, it matters. Those brothers and sisters that you help behind the wall, it matters. That mom or that daddy, that uncle, that grandmama that you helped, it matters. So stay encouraged. Till next time, it's your girl J Renee. Peace.